Okay, Mr. Beach here with your homework for tonight. We have homework on word problems with rational numbers for October 1st. It's due tomorrow, the 2nd. Let's go to the first problem. Before you start, the most important thing in doing these kinds of problems is to identify the most important information. So, we're at a deli, and Sandy bought 1 3/4 pounds, that's important, of cheese. That's important. And it costs $4, right? Per pound. And then she bought something else, 2 1/4 pounds of turkey, right? And it costs $6 per pound. So we got cheese and turkey. And the question is, how much did Sandy spend at the deli counter? How much did she spend? That's kind of an all-together thing, right? Cheese and turkey. You're going to need your calculator for this. You don't have to use it, but we're going to use it. Let's move that up a little bit. So if I know she got some cheese, we need to figure out how much she spent on just cheese. 1 pound would be $4, but we know there's more than that. So let's take how much she bought times the amount per pound. So we maybe label this cheese. 1 3/4 times 4. And what do we get? Let's find out. Use your second key, right? No, you don't need your second key yet. You need your ABC key. 1, ABC, it's 3/4, 3 ABC, 4, that's 1 3/4, and we're multiplying that by the $4 per pound, right? Times 4. And you should get, let's see, 7. So she spent $7 on cheese. Okay, cheese is 7. What's the next thing? You got to figure out the turkey. She bought 2 1/4 pounds. Let's write turkey. 2 1/4 pounds. And then how much was that per pound? That's over here. $6 per pound. So we'll multiply that times the $6. Calculator. 2 ABC. 1, can you see that? Probably not. ABC quarter, that's 2 1/4. We have to multiply now. Here we go, multiply by $6 a pound, and that equals $13.50. Now this is interesting. The turkey is $13.50. How much did she spend at the deli counter? You add up the cheese cost and the turkey cost. So first we multiplied, and now we're going to add. Oh, let's write that down. First we multiply, and then we're going to add those totals together. So we take the $13.50 and $7. Line it up. We know a half plus nothing else is a half. 7 and 3 is 10. Carry the 1. You get $20 and $0.50. Now you could say 20.5, but since you're talking about money, what's a $0.50 equal to? Oh yeah, 50 cents. How do you write that? Well, you know that. It's 50 cents. But we also have the $20. So it's $20.50. That's how much she spent at the deli counter. $20.50. If you wrote $20.50, that makes me understand you know what you're doing. Let's go on to the second one. Slide this up a little bit. Okay, identify the important parts of the problem. Okay, we start out at 6 o'clock, so this is a time problem and a temperature problem, and it was 9 degrees at 10 o'clock. Right, that's still very cold, 9 above 0. Now the temperature drops 2 degrees each hour. Oh, drops. That's going to be a negative thing, isn't it? So 2 degrees each hour. That's important. Ooh, for the next 6 hours. And they want to know what's the temperature at midnight. How else do we write midnight? That's 12 o'clock, isn't it? Okay. It started at 6 p.m., ends at midnight, which is 12 o'clock. It was 9, and it's going to be lower than 9 when we're done. So get a sense of the problem before you start. It takes 6 hours. 2 degrees each hour. So it dropped 2 degrees the first hour, 2 degrees the second hour, 2 degrees the third, 2 degrees the fourth, 2 degrees the fifth, and 2 degrees the sixth hour. How many times did it drop 2 degrees? 6 times. So we know we have to figure out how far it dropped. 2 degrees, that's a little degree sign, times 6 hours is how many degrees over the 6-hour period. You should know this. You know it's 12 degrees. I'm going to write down, I like to label things. It's a 12-degree drop. How do we write 12 degrees? When it says drop, is that a positive or a negative change? Well, that's a negative change. It's a negative, 12 degrees. See how I saved that problem by making an ugly number 1? Negative 12 degree is what happened. So it started at 9. It was 9. And then it went down 12. Now you can draw a thermometer with 0 degrees, started at 9 degrees, and it went down 12 degrees, so we know it went this way. You can do that, and you can 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right, 9. You can do that all the way down, or you could use positive and negative number operations. We had 9 degrees, and we add in a drop of 12 degrees. 9 plus a negative 12. You can use your calculator or use your head. All right, here we go. 9 plus, and then remember the negative sign is here, negative 12. Let's look at our calculator. There it is. 9 plus negative 12 equals a drop below 0 of 3 degrees. So the answer is negative 3 degrees. But you could also count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, it's 9 here. 10, 11, 12, minus 3 degrees. Negative 3. The temperature was negative 3 degrees. So what did we do first? We multiplied. Right here we multiplied to get the 12-degree drop, and then we added a positive and a negative number, and we got negative 3. Okay? Try to remember to think through your problems. The next problem here is an amusement park problem. And the tickets, sometimes I draw a line because they put a lot of words between we don't need. Tickets were $9.25. Souvenirs, 75 cents each. And now they want to know what's the cost of the ticket and 12 postcards. So you figure this on your own, but 0.75, right, that's 75 cents, times 12 postcards, you figure that out, and then add it to the tickets, which is $9.25. And this is postcard, ticket. You can figure that out, what operations you do, take a look at it, give it a shot. Then on the back, tonight's homework. Well, we'll skip those. I'll let you try those on your own. I'll just give you a quick look at what, I'm going to give you a little guidance. This is about hiking, this top one. And you're hiking a 12-mile trail, and they have markers like flags every 1/8 of a mile. Kind of like on the highway when you're driving, they have every mile marked. But they hiked this far, 4 3/8. How many? They want to know how many markers you passed. All right, so that amount of travel divided by 1/8 of a mile each. How many did you pass? Well, there you go. On the bottom, should probably cover this up so you can do some work yourself. Give me a second. There we go. At the bottom, you have this problem about roller skating admission. Adults are $5, children are $3.50. That makes sense. Which group of tickets that you purchased is equal to $32.50, $32.50 on tickets, right? What combinations would work? You have to actually go through each one of these, do the first one for you. 2 adults, well, remember, it's $5 a ticket, right? So 2 adults would be $5 times 2. And then you have 6 children, which is $3.50 a ticket, so $3.50 times 6, you figure that out. Does that equal to, together, when they come together, does it equal $32.50? Well, if not, you go on to the next choice and calculate out what it costs to buy 3 adults and 5 children's tickets till you find the right answer. Okay, there you go. Hope this helps. Bring in your homework tomorrow.